YSL just released these new Make Me Blush powder blushes, and holy moly, they promise a blurring effect that's supposed to make us look airbrushed and flawless, perfect for those of us over 40. No. Prepare to geek out with me. I got all 7 shades that are available in the US. We're gonna do arm swatches in various lighting, gonna apply each of them on my cheeks. We're gonna compare them side by side so you can easily pick your favorite. Let's get started. Time for the demos. This is Pink Voltage. Wow, that looks vibrant. Matte finish, plenty of pigment. This is a cool, vibrant pink matte. It's easy to use, pretty pink. And this is number 87, Pink Voltage. Next up is Babydoll Pink. This is a cool toned pink with a satin finish. Look at that pigment. I'll swirl it again in the palm of my hand. So we're not messing around when it comes to pigment. This is an especially nice shade on fair skin tones. I personally don't like Babydoll Pink. I think it clashes with my light medium neutral complexion. At first it goes on soft. This is the 3rd time that I'm going in. You can then build it up until you get a noticeable pop of pink. This satin finish really gives you a very pretty glow. And I'll zoom you in a second so that you can see it better. Here in the palm of my hand, you can see the type of glow. Again, no shimmer, no glitter. It's just a very smooth, delicate, non-metallic glow. Next up is Nude Lavalliere. This is a dusty pink with a satin finish. Yeah, ooh, that is pretty. That is so pretty, and look at that finish. How beautiful does that look? I think that this one is perfect for everyday wear. Highly recommend that for these blushes, since they're pigmented, apply them with a fluffy, soft brush that is nice and airy so that you avoid overdoing the pigment. This is like your lips, but better, but for the cheeks. Wow. Wow, wow. Perfect for everyday wear, effortlessly chic, understated, and it goes with everything. I can imagine wearing this with a t-shirt or with a cocktail dress. Super versatile. I think so far this is my favorite. Look at that glow. But I feel that it's still not emphasizing my pores in a very exaggerated manner. Next up is Restless Rosé. This is a peachy pink with a satin finish. It's supposed to have a golden sheen. You see the gold sheen, but again, it's not metallic. Ah, wow, super pretty. Okay, very excited about this formula. Let's go in. If you're wondering, I am using this foundation from Hourglass, the Ambient Glow, shade 8, and I'm not setting it with powder. Ooh, oh, that's pretty. Look at that. I wouldn't keep going. This sheen, I think, is more intense than the one in Nude Lavalliere and in Babydoll Pink. I think we have another shade that is gonna be great for everyday wear, and it builds up gradually. What's really cool about this shade is that it kind of strikes a perfect balance between being subtle enough for everyday wear if you use a light hand, or good for evening going out scenarios. So this one's for you if you want that pop of color, but also that sheen. And now we're gonna try on Peachy Nude. This is a matte formula. Okay, I'm gonna take an e.l.f. angled brush. Wow, look at that pigment. Swirl it. It looks immediately blurring and soft focus. This is the warmest of all of the shades so far. This is like the perfect warm terracotta, and it gives you a bronzy look without the shimmer. Really like it. What do you think? Honestly, even if you happen to overdo it, chances are you'll be able to get a clean brush, just buff it. And this formula seems to be so extremely blendable that you'll probably be able to fix it. Okay, that's a bit too much. This is Berry Bang, and it's a pink raspberry matte. Again, super smooth. Let's see what the pigment looks like. Wow. There's a lot of pigment here. They're supposed to be buildable. I managed to get, again, a soft wash of color at first. That's what I'm loving about this formula. I did not go overboard, even though my brush looks like that. Ah, look at that, yes. This next one is called Spicy Berry, and it's a deep plum satin. I was so confused. It sold out like a day or two after they were first released. I don't understand why. I think that this is designed for deeper skin tones. Oh, yeah, this is an explosion of color. Ah, I messed it up. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Let's see if I can do better on this cheek. It's going on pretty soft, but that's after removing a lot of it. I don't like it. I think it's difficult to use. The YSL Make Me Blush Compact has this padded leather-like material in the same chevron or V-shaped quilting pattern as their bronzer. It's designed to look like a mini quilted handbag. How cute is that? And each shade is color coded, which is super helpful when you're trying to quickly grab the color you want. They are my favorite blush packaging ever. Now let's take a look at all of the shades applied to my face side by side. I couldn't fit all 7 of them in one screen, so I divided them into color groups. These are the pinks. I'm also going to be giving you my opinions, my final thoughts on each shade, and just all of them as a collection. So we have a matte and 2 satins. Pink Voltage. This one is bold. You have to like a pop of color. It is possible to get a soft wash of color if you're really careful during application, but I think this one is for those of you who like a colorful, vibrant blush. Oh, and I did test this matte formula next to an Hourglass matte blush and a Givenchy Pressimo Libre, the loose powder blushes, and they are equally as blurring as those. No more, no less. I concentrated the blushes on my inner cheek where my pores are the most visible. So go ahead and zoom in to inspect that area. If you don't know, on the YouTube app, you can do that by just pinching and spreading your fingers just like you do on your phone. I did this test because I was curious whether this new YSL formula was, more blurring than others. I have a friend who's a casual makeup wearer, and the other day she was asking me, well, what do you mean by blurring? Like, how much is a good formula going to blur? If you happen to have the same question, here's an example of a formula that is not blurring. Quite the opposite. It's from Rare Beauty. It's a blush highlighter hybrid. Having this on screen really puts it into perspective and makes us appreciate the blurring power of those other formulas. Okay, where were we? Babydoll Pink is one of my least favorites just because I don't like it on my light, medium, neutral skin tone. But on fair skin tones, this looks absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, delicate pink that will brighten your face. And despite Babydoll not being one of my favorites, I could very much wear it because it doesn't look ashy or too white on me. Nude Lavalliere is one of my favorites. This shade is incredibly easy to apply, easy to wear. It goes on soft and then you can build it up for more glow. It gives you that beautiful soft sheen. No glitter particles nor shimmer particles in any of these shades. I did see a few shimmer particles in the purple one, only when I did the arm swatches, not when it was applied to the face, which was weird. So yeah, these are the pinks. Nude Lavalliere, wow, absolutely gorgeous. Now let's look at the peach shades. We have a satin and a matte. Restless Rose, I kept calling it rosé for some reason, sorry about that. That one is also one of my favorites. Its golden sheen is a little bit more intense than the other satin shades, just FYI. You can build it up to the point where that sheen starts looking like a highlighter. So this color also works as like a blush slash highlighter, but do not worry about it emphasizing your texture or pores. I did not find that to be the case. Actually, what is very interesting is that even the satin finishes were blurring. Not as blurring as the matte shades, but more blurring than your average blush that contains any sort of sheen. Ah, Peachy Nude. This is also a favorite. I had so many favorites in this collection. I found this Peachy Nude one very flattering on my skin tone. It is pigmented, so you do need to tap the brush on the back of your hand before applying it on the cheek. And finally, the rest of the colors. These are intense, especially the purple one. I do not recommend it if you have my skin tone. It's way too intense, very difficult to use. You could do it, but it takes practice. Berry Bang is the perfect mix of red and pink. So if you've been curious about trying red blushes, but you're not ready to commit to a full-on red, this is a great option because it does have that red in it. Personally, it's not one of my favorites just because I like my blushes to be easier to throw on, and you have to have a very light hand with this one. Overall, I think this collection is a huge hit. All pros. I couldn't think of one single con. The formula is excellent. Performance is excellent. They lasted all day on me, and the colors are beautiful. There's something for everyone. Please let me know in the comments if this review was helpful, if there's information that I missed. I'll see you in the next one.